Good evening. I just gonna go quiet. It's just the perfect time. Well, actually, it's because maybe the serenity of blue and the true blue card kind of makes you go oh, relax, because that's what the true blue kind of thing. It's a serene color, and we are celebrating the launch of True Blue card by Pink Frog Crafts. And I'm not alone. We have Claire here with us. Hello, Claire.
Hello. How are you?
I'm very good. And how has it been today? Like launching a brand new color for Pink Frog.
It's been so exciting. Me and the rest of the design team have just been so excited to work with it. It's been an absolute delight to work with.
And the thing with blue, or the thing with Pink Frog is that you are part of a team, so you kind of come to it and choose one type of card, so one color at a time, to launch it in different sizes. But you just select one single one of blues, and then that is kind of a nice thing to do, because then we don't have to, oh, is this blue gonna match with this other blue? Everything coordinates.
It does, and we've chosen kind of quite a vibrant blue.
Yeah.
It's got plenty of kind of blueness about it.
Yeah.
It is an absolute lovely colour. So kind of like maybe a cobalt or sapphire type blue.
I would say it's a cobalt, more purpley than a cobalt, so maybe a sapphire, or also even you could say that could be even a Klein blue. I mean, it's not a Klein blue, but you could see a little bit of ultramarine here, or Prussian blue. Anyway, you can see it's a beautiful blue. It's very patriotic as well, I may say, you know.
I think as soon as we started to put the red and the white with it, yeah, very patriotic.
And you can see it, of course, it could be perfect for you, the Union Jack. That's on the French, suddenly, Union Jack. But if you want to do the French flag, you could do that as well, but no. Right, anyway, let's talk about sizes, because it comes and we have 3 different bundles in 3 different sizes. Now, one of my favorites has to be the 10.5 by, is it 30?
It is 10.5 by 30,
yes. I remember. I'm so happy when I remember anything. Now, so you are of course, it's unscored as a standard, right?
It is. It's unscored, so that means you can score it however you want to. So you're not just buying a half-fold card. So you can do your fancy folds, you can do your gate folds, inverted steppers.
Yeah.
Little project we did before where we made a little kind of box card. So it just gives you more flexibility, and that 30 centimetres, we talk about that 3 mil, just giving us that extra bit that makes all of our scoring a lot easier.
Yeah, now, all those instructions that we are talking about, are they included with the bundle?
Of course, they're included.
Fabulous. So when we get this, not only we are getting the card and scored, so we getting the instructions on how to make all those folds. Now, you are getting 80 sheets in total, and it's 290 GSM. That's a really good weight, isn't it?
It is. So it's a great weight for card bases, but also you can die cut it. Yeah. You know, it's not so strong that you can't die cut it, both for a manual and electric machine. You know, you can use it for your construction, so for boxes, for frames, all that kind of thing. So yeah, it's a good weight card, and it's acid and lignin free as well.
Fabulous. So perfect for our mixed media, or more importantly, memory books. Now, if you want the 10.5 by 30 centimeters true blue card bundle, 060376 is your item number, 10.99 is your price. Now, moving on to the next size, which is the 15 by 30, isn't it?
It is.
I know, this is a very nice size. Is it more or less just under a 6 by 6?
It is. It is almost 6 by 6. So
it will fit on a 6.
Yeah, they'll fit in 6 by 6 envelopes. And again, you get this one. You get 10 instructions, and yeah, all your different card folds.
Absolutely, and look at that. And of course, it's one of my go-to sizes, and I think many crafters will say a 6 by 6, because it gives you, it's not too big, it's not too small, it's just the right size. And of course, having the instructions for the side, for the different folds, means that it's not just in 6 by 6. I would imagine that if we do it as a the kind of inverted gatefold or pop-up inside, it would fit on a A6?
Yeah. So the little easel card, if you do that without a mat, that'll fit in.
Absolutely.
And a trifold will as well.
Now, this is some of the projects you can be making. 15 by 30 centimeters, 100 sheets in total of the True Blue. 404546 is your item number. £18.99 is your price for that one. And then the last one of the True Blue is the A4. So this one, now, if I start buying a card, I tend to go straight up A4. Do you agree? Like a mini craft as well?
Definitely. You know, it's one of the sizes that we're used to, and there's also lots of instructions out there for different things. So if you search on the internet, so if you want to make bigger projects or just go for your standard folded cards, you know, A4 is just a great size to start with.
Absolutely. Now, this is a bag, gift bag. Do we get instructions for the gift bag?
No, we don't, but we can share those with you. That's just 2 sheets of A4, but we can share those.
Fabulous. Well, 706 is your item number. 40 sheets in total for just £10.99 is your price. Now, if you wanted to go for it's 15 by 30, details are at the bottom of the screen. Now, we have, of course, the True Red. Well, you know, True Blue, True Red. I mean, which one is going to be the favorite? Now, in that favorite size of 10.5 by 30 centimeters, 80 sheets in total. Now, again, do we get instructions for this?
You do, yeah.
Absolutely.
So you get, I think there's 6 card folds, and then you also get a little frame card.
Fabulous.
And also the small memory book with that one as well. So
look at that. Now, if we're going for, say for this, there's a True Red and a True Blue in the same size, would the instructions be different, or
no, they're the same. So for the 10.5 by 30s, you get 6 card folds, the card frame and the memory book, and then when we go to the other size, you get a set of instructions for those.
And one of the things I adore is the way that the red and the blue kind of coordinate. It just creates such a beautiful kind of, yes, it is very patriotic, but also it's kind of very classic. I don't know, there is something very classic about this combination. £10.99 is your price for a set of 80 of those beautiful unscored cards. 863425, that is for True Red. And then we have got the same sizes in super smooth white size. Now, I mean, I know that is one of my go-to cards, but why do you love so much super smooth?
Super smooth, our everyday workhorse. It's exactly the same every time we come to use it. So the same quality. We can use it for just all of our crafts. So our embossing, you can watercolour a little bit on it. We'll take water. We can put ink on it. You can use alcohol inks on it, whereas normally you would need a specialist card for that. You can use it for all your construction, for like bag making. You can distress it and crumple it. So yeah, it's just the card that we use the same quality every time. So every time you pick up a piece of smooth, it's that same beautiful quality.
And the thing, that's a great thing, to have the confidence that what you are getting is going to be that quality. Now, of course, this is a 10.5 centimeters by 30 in size, so you can see it there as well. This size will fit beautifully in a C6 envelope, won't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I love this size. This is probably my favourite size. I just love it because it's so dinky, and yeah, you can do the 10-fold cards as well.
I love the horizontal and then the 10-fold. I don't know, it has something a little bit, it kind of breaks it up a little from the expectations, and also makes lovely memory albums. $10.99 is your price. 0883028 is your item number. Then we have the True Red in 15 by 30, and we have it here. It's this bundle. You can have it. Of course, you are getting 100 sheets in total, £18.99. You know, I love this size for easel cards. That makes a lot of sense as well, because it will fit folded in a C6 envelope. Oh, look at that. And is it difficult to score it?
No, it scores beautifully. And obviously, because we've got the instructions for it as well, and it scores because it's the same colour all the way through as well, so it's got a red core. You don't get any white marks on it. I think you can see there's some rosettes in the back.
Oh,
you
yes.
can just see how much, you know, we've scored those to make, you know, just it just scores beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely, and it does. And also the other thing is the quality throughout. You know where you're going to spend. It's smooth as well, so you can stamp and get perfect impressions.
Yeah.
I love that. 215291 is your item number. £18.99 is your price. Now, if you want that size in super smooth, we have that for you as well. So the super smooth in 15 by 30. Yeah. And now you are getting 100 sheets in there. Again, 300 GSM, £10.99 is the price. 145,936. Remember, the instructions are in every of these bundles. And then finally, we have True Red A4. Now, again, perfect opportunity to try True Red.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you're not kind of sure what size you want to go for, maybe buy the bigger size and cut it down and do what you want to with it.
But you can never grow back.
Yeah, it doesn't stick back together very well.
Absolutely. Now, of course, if you want your set of 40 sheets of total A4, £10.99 is your price, 709,171. Now, we have A4 super smooth, and the details are going to come up in the screen at the minute. Now, of course, that will you're getting 160 sheets in total with an £8 saving, £13.98. That is your price. 617168 is your item number. We also have A5 and A6. Now this is a bundle. You have a massive box full of them because you're getting 160 A5 and 320 A6. So that is a bumper pack, and of course that means pre-cut, perfect for matting and layering, and so much more, and 10 different techniques. £8 savings in that one. We have got one more thing that before we join Claire for a demo. That is our 7-day savers. Now, this bundle has A4 and A3, 300 GSMs. It is the super smooth, 120 sheets in total. I believe, if I'm correct, it's 80 of the A4 and 40 of the A3. Yeah, remember correctly. What's happening to my brain? You're saving £8, £13.98 is your price there. Right, we are ready. Are you ready, Claire, for the first demo?
I certainly am.
Right, take it away.
So, first of all, I just want to show you the little card that we just finished at the end of the last hour. So we just put it together. We'd split the stamp, and we've just basically just put that on there with some foam pads to give it a bit more depth and kind of jigsawed it. So it just gives your stamps another look, really. So yeah, I just wanted to show that we did finish that one off.
Fabulous.
So what we're going to do now is, I promised a lady on Facebook that we would make a frame today.
Oh,
so we are going to make a frame.
You can never do too many frames.
We love a frame. So we are going to go and make this stamp card, stamp star card even. So the first thing I want to do is I want to show you how I made that striped background.
Okay.
And all I did was I just took some of the red card, the white card and the blue card, and cut it into strips.
All of them at the same width? Or?
Some of the white is 1.5 centimetres, some of it is 1, and then the red and the blue were 0.5 centimetre. Okay. But you could mix it up however you wanted to, really. And then to stick it together, I'm using our quick stick, which is our double-sided adhesive. So rather than put adhesive on the back of each one, I did it on this. So this comes in A4 sheets, and I've just cut this down a little bit. And so it goes diagonal. I tend to start my very first piece in the middle and go corner to corner. And then I'll leave this side on for a little bit, just while I work on here. And it goes together really well.
I love it. It creates like a patchwork, doesn't it?
It's very therapeutic sticking these on.
If you want at home the quick stick A4 sheets, the details are on the screen. You are getting 10 sheets for $9.99.
So you can build up your pattern however you like. But for me, I just wanted this pattern, really. So and you just carry on like that until you've done the whole sheet, and then you trim it down. I'm going to move those out of the way before they go flying. and ta-da! And it's super easy just to do that. And then I'm just going to die cut a star out the middle of that. So we will grab a star. I'm going to use my Scotch tape. So
we do have that in the show as well. So it's one of those ones. So once you have used the removable tape, you can't, like, you know, I have been using about 16 years now, since 2003. So yeah, that would be more than that. Oh, 17 years? Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly pop this through the machine.
Now, of course, if you have used it to secure the die, will it not damage the paper around it?
No, not at all, because it's such low tack.
Yeah,
it will go
Would
through.
it secure, for instance, the stencils or something?
Yeah, I use it for stencils. Let's just grab this.
And also, do you reuse it?
Yeah. I've quite often got bits stuck all over over my desk. So
have you ever gone out for shopping or something like that?
Oh, there's always a bit on the bottom of my slipper.
I know, right? Well, at least you leave the slippers at home. I just gone out.
Yeah, I don't go out in them.
I think one time I went even on air with this, you know, that stuck to me.
I think we should be able to wear slippers more often. There you go. So it's come off there, hasn't damaged it in any way, and that's obviously gone through a die cutting machine with plenty of pressure. And not a problem.
Look at that.
So stick that down. And because this is on the quick stick, you've got a lovely die cut to use as well. So we are now just going to layer this card together.
It's really striking, isn't it?
So I've already cut a blue piece and a white piece with different layer stars and layered this together. And I'm just going to put this on top. So obviously, because this is adhesive, assuming I can get the backing off it. There we go.
Oh. By the way, my stomach, if you can hear it, can I say it? Is the director ate my soup. So this is what happens when somebody eats your soup.
So there you go, there's your background all nicely done, super easy.
Ah, fabulous.
So we will now go on to do our little frame that's going to go round the outside of this. So we will grab our frame instructions. Let's tidy that away.
The instructions, is it the 15 by 30?
15 by 30.
Yeah.
But you can, because you've got instructions with the 10.5 by 30s as well, you can use the instructions there. So I am going to grab it's under there, it's got lost. Oh, it's really organised as well.
Yeah, so was I with my soup, but somebody ate it.
Somebody ate it. Right, I'm going to have to cut another piece of card. Now it's there. I knew it was there. No, it's gone. I give up. I really do give up.
Okay, so now we are using a true red. Is it 15 by 30 again?
Well, that's going to be our base card, but I want to show you how to make the frame. So I am going to grab a piece of this and trim it down. It'll turn up in a minute, this magical piece of card that I'm looking for that was on the side.
It always happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We are organised until, you know, we cannot find something.
Right. So we'll follow the instructions anyway.
Yeah.
So we are going to cut this piece to 16 by 5.5 centimetres. So I have just grabbed a piece of Super Smooth and I have grabbed that from our box that's got A5 and A6 card in it, and that's what I do. I just dip into that all the time, use it lots and lots. It's a fab size. I can't believe I've just lost that piece of card again. There you go.
Okay.
So we are going to score this at 0.5 centimetre, 1.5 centimetres, 3 and 4, and then we're going to turn it round 1 centimetre. And what does it say on there? I want to say 2.5. It is 2.5.
Yeah, you had it perfect.
There we go. Let's pop that down there. And then we cut on that first line to the second score line. We make a neat diagonal cut across, make our little tab, and the instructions are there for you, so you get a visual of this as well, so it makes it nice and easy. And that will basically form your frame.
One of the sides of the
yeah.
frame.
So what I'm going to do is I am now going to grab, in this little box, I've got all of my mylar pieces.
Okay.
So the mylar comes in 12 by 12, but then we tend to cut it down into pieces of 6 by 6. This piece I ended up cutting a little bit smaller again. And I've just put that through the die cutting machine again, just for my basic shapes, to make a little star stencil. So I am going to, so if I wanted to, I could take this down again with my
with
Scotch tape, but because we're going to move it along, I am just going to make a lovely little star background. I'm going to do the blue stars first, so I don't have to clean anything down. And I'm just going randomly on this.
Yeah. And so you're not planning the position perfectly, just...
No.
And off-center as well, I like that.
I think if I tried to plan it, chances are it'd go wrong. So if I go random, it's a lot easier. And then we'll just use a nice red to go over there. And then... And just little bits off the side as well, or just bring it together when you assemble it. So you would do 4 of those. And then the other thing we're going to do is we are going to grab our text stamp. So this is from the Poppy set.
We have that on the show. It comes with the True Red. I think it comes with 10 sheets of A4 True Red, £14.95 with a £3.50 saving.
There you go. And I have mine on a little piece of acetate because I tend to just use kind of bits of it, and I will just stamp that. And it will just, again, just bring a bit more layer and depth to your projects. And give that a quick wipe. And then we'll show you how we bring these together. So if you score on each of the lines and just use a scoring tool to make sure that all of your edges are nice and crisp.
And it doesn't break the fibers, doesn't it?
Not at all, and it just holds itself really well.
It's one of those cards that you, like you say, hold it together. But also you can throw quite a few mediums to it.
Yeah, definitely. The next demo we do, we'll throw some water at some Super Smooth. So I'm using some red liner tape. This is the 3mm because this just fits beautifully on that little. Come on.
Okay.
Sticky scissors. Fits on that little edge where I want my adhesive. So it'll go across there. We'll just trim that off. And then to bring it together, come on. There we go. All I do is I fold this side in, or fold that side in, and then bring this side to meet it, and that you'll get a perfect edge. And that is one side of your frame.
Wow.
So, luckily, I've already made a couple of these. In fact, I've made 4 of them, so that I know my text is going to go the right way. So they have got a little.
Already, you have even put.
They have got little numbers in. So what I'm going to do is, again, I've put a little bit of red liner tape on each of the tabs, and we are going to join these up to make a kind of like a bus.
Okay, and then you attach them all together?
Yeah, we will. So they will all go together. And doing it this way means that if you don't quite maybe get it exactly lined up, the little tab will hide the gap in the corner a little bit. So it just makes it a little bit more forgiving, and it gives it a bit more kind of structure as well.
It will hold, you know, it will last longer, basically.
It just gives it a
reinforces.
bit. That's the word, Paula.
Finally,
thank you.
We got there. Oh, no, I mean, it just took me a while as well.
So I am using some of our EVA, which we are waiting to come back in stock. We're hoping it'll be here very, very soon, and the glue bottles. So.
Look,
bring that together.
It looks super cool, the way that you have stamped and use the mylar as a stencils is there as well, the stars. And it's just the fact that you can create and you get the instructions on how to make frames, it makes it so much more valuable.
I think all of this just means all of your basic craft supplies, so all of your stamps and inks and dyes, you can just take to another level really. And when you're making things, they're all a little bit different. So they've got a little bit of you in them, which I think is rather exciting. So we'll use the line on our board to help us line it up. There we go. And then what we'll do is we will use some of the thicker red liner tape. We'll use the 12mm actually. I think that'll fit on there. It will. And then that will go. We'll just layer all that up on our card. So.
And if you wanted to do, like, I was thinking of maybe like a, you know, well, maybe this is a little bit random, but I was thinking of under the sea scene. So you could do like a shaker card. So you could put acetate both sides?
Definitely. One of the nice things with the blue card as well is it takes white ink quite nice, so you can kind of do bubbles and things on it as well.
Cute.
So. I still need to do a sample with those on, but yeah, it's quite good fun. So what we'll do is I've just got a red card base, but it could be a blue. So this is our 15 by 30, just scored in half. We are going to then pop, it has got a right way up. I'll get there.
There. That one.
No, it's that way.
Oh, you have a proper, star,
It's a proper
point,
star. Again, we will use a little bit of the red liner tape. It's not going to need much because we're going to put the frame over the top.
And of course we do have the red liner tape at the bottom, details at the bottom of the screen. Remember that you are getting, in each of those rolls, you are getting the equivalent of 6 standard rolls, because it's 30 meters, not the standard 5 meters. So you are getting a lot more there. Now you have them, it comes to you in 3, 6 and 9 and 12 mil, and you are getting 120 meters in total, or those 4 rolls is the equivalent of, is it 24? I think it is 24 rolls. £13.99 is the price for them. What else do you use it for, the red liner tape?
So for red liner tape, it's great for boxes. It's great for anything that you don't want to wait for, but also it's great for putting glitter on and things like that. That you just want to, have a very straight line on something. It's great for sticking ribbon on things as well. I use it a lot for that. Let's just tuck that one under there. Let's move those out of the way. There we go, look at that. And then that's our star. So we've layered our background up and we've popped that on there. And then we can just put our frame over the top.
Okay. And then you put the frame over the top. And it could be a picture, it could be something like, the 3-dimensional flowers.
Yeah, and like you say, if you put acetate on it as well, you can start making shaker cards and things with it. But yeah, 3D flowers look cute in the frames.
Yeah.
And I've made sure that's the right way, and now I can't tell after all of that. There you go, there we go. And then that will just fit on the very front of our card. And I've done exactly the same. I've stamped, I've used the mylar to make the background and stamped our background, and then I've just stamped happy birthday over the top, and I'm just going to grab some foam pads. So these are the foam pads that are off the
big roll. It's a massive roll.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love it.
I mean, that's the kind of roll that you don't put it somewhere and you don't see it. You find this one.
It's just fabulous. It's got 1,500 foam pads, and I love a foam pad, so I'm in heaven with it.
And it's a nice size of pad as well, so you can trim it down, right?
Definitely, and they're 2 mil thick, so for me they're perfect just to raise something up, and then if you want it a little bit thicker, you can, do that. So I mean, this would probably fit on there, but if you want to, just snip into them. So again, you've got that choice of how big you want your foam pads to be. And for me, I like my foam pads nice and chunky.
I like it, yeah, me too.
Because that way we can pop them wherever we want. So I don't have to put like half a dozen on something. I can just, pop them on there. And there we go. There is our happy birthday.
That's lovely.
So yeah, I like the kind of freshness of the background against the kind of slight grunginess of the frame. And just so super easy to do.
It's phenomenal. Thank you so much, Claire, for showing us. While Claire resets for the next demo, can I show you this lovely, I love this card. I'm a massive fan of the Union Jack. I just think it's such an iconic design. As a flag, of course, patriotic, but even as a design, as a feature, I just think it's gorgeous. But the thing is, if you go for the 10.5 by 30 centimeters scorecard, you could create something like this. You can put pictures in here. Maybe that could be a sentiment for your family. You could make it longer if you wanted to. These are one of the folds, because if you look at it, then you can then go things like that as well. So this is the sort of same fold, if you can see what I mean. But of course, it is more complex, slightly more complex, that one. There is so many ways that you can fold it. There's so many things you can do. Of course, it can be perfect for memory albums because it's lignin and acid free. Also, the fact that it's not scored means that you can then do stepper cards. I always forget the names of the specifics, but you can see here, I like this fold in the Z in the side as well, which you can see the elements in here. So imagine that you have 80 sheets in total, so you could test all the different sizes, all the different folds, and then more, and then create some other ones as well. This is the thing. The fact that it's unscored means that you take it out, you take your scoring board, and if you don't have one, if you have got one of those streamers that has like a little groove in there, you have got an embossing tool that will do it. That will work really well for you. So don't think that you have to buy or have a scoring board. There are other ways around it. Now, so the 10.5 by 30 centimeters, you are getting 80 sheets in total. $10.99 is your price. Brand new today, the True Blue. 060376 is your item number. Now, 15 by 30 is one of the most popular sizes. Why? Because it's just under an A6 by 6 card. So you know that it's going to fit on a 6-inch square envelope. But also the other thing that we like it is because it's a nice size that the scoring down the middle. We have that square proportions that allow you to do lots of different things, but also it kind of has a space for a sentiment. It has got a space, but it's not overwhelmingly large. If you want your set, you will remember it will come with instructions as well. And you're gonna get a set of 100 unscored ones, beautiful True Blue. £18.99 is the price. 404546 is your item number. Then the most popular size is actually the A4. Now in this bundle, you are getting a beautiful True Blue card, of course, acid and linen free, 290 GSMs, 40 sheet in total for $10.99. Now we are 2/3 of the stock of that one. Now, the A4, remember, you can always trim it down, but you can never join it together if you want to make it. Well, actually, you could maybe make it, but it's not as easy. That's what I think. If you're thinking, I want to have some of the True Blue, invest in the A4. 706 is your item number. $10.99 is your price. Then we have True Red in a brand new size today. It's of course the 10.5 by 30 centimeters. Again, it will come with instructions, and you are getting 80 sheets in total for just £10.99. I love this sample because it shows that if you score it like this, like a concertina, you could add more and more and more and create like a little concertina booklet. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, True Red is 290 GSM, a perfect construction card. It comes on a score, so you can score it at any one point, but more importantly, it comes with instructions on how to create those incredible score folds that Claire does on the shows. 863-425 is your item number, $10.99 is your price. Then we have the Super Smooth in 10.5 by 30. Again, comes with instructions. In this bundle, you are getting 160 sheets in total. Now, that is a phenomenal amount for just £10.99. I know that when I used to buy this size card quite a while ago, I used to pay a lot more for that amount, or rather I would get a lot less for that price. So whatever way you will look at it, it's a fabulous bundle to go. Also think about it, once you have this size, you can always trim it down to matting and layering and create the same way that I show you this. You could create that as a mini album into white as well if you wanted, with the Super Smooth, which you know that is going to stamp beautifully and it's going to react really well with those inks. 083028 is your item number for the Super Smooth. Then the 15 by 30 in True Red. And I love these cards. Now, because of course you can then score it and create cards like this, so cute. So birthday wishes are being sent your way, and then you make me smile. I love that. And then you have another fold here. So you have, now this one will fold completely flat as an easel. It will go into an A6 envelope or C6 envelope, and then you have the beautiful easel. £18.99 is your price, and you're getting 100 sheets of the 15 by 30 of the True Red. 215291 is your item number. £18.99 for them. Moving on to the Super Smooth 15 by 30, and in this bundle you also remember, in every bundle you are going to get instructions on how to score it, because they come on a score, so you create whatever score fold you like to do. But of course they have given, Pink Frog has given you instructions on how to do them. In this bundle you are getting 100, so you could score them down the middle. You can create off-center gatefold. You can create I love that one, the triptych one with concertina side. Absolutely gorgeous. And then also you can do the lower stepper one. I don't know how you call this one.
Inverted stepper.
Inverted stepper. Well, that's the one. That's the one that I never remember the name. And then we have, of course, this one, which I love because it's an A6 folded card. But of course, you need a 15 by 30 with those scores to create maybe like a little pocket for a gift card. And of course, you can have the easel as well. So there is so many different ways in which you can use this one, this sort of fold. $10.99 is your price. $145,936 is your item number. And then we have the A4 True Red card. Now again, if you haven't tried True Red and you want some of it, you can have it here. 40 sheets in total for $10.99. 709171 is your item number. Now, this is all what we kind of have in the counter, but on the website you will find a lot more. Now you will find, of course, Pink Frog Crafts has a lot of beautiful cards, but that's Super Smooth. Look at those 5-star reviews. Look at that True Red 15 by 30, 5-star reviews. That is a constant with Pink Frog Crafts, because you know what, is one of the cards that you can rely on. You know, you have all those different colors, all those different True Red, for instance, True Blue, but the quality and the sizes will be perfect as well. 5-star reviews as well on the glues. You can see 3D glue gel as well, and that amazing removable Scotch tape. I'm a massive fan. Look at them. I mean, the 5 stars keep continuing. It's a starry night here at Pink Frog and Hochanda. Or kind of, you know those ones that they kind of fall off. The fallen stars. And anyway, moving on. It's still late. I have been awake since 4 o'clock, so I just that's one thing. Just trying to do something poetic, and I completely take it away. Just shut me up.
So I promised you some water onto Super Smooth. So I've gone ahead and started to make our background on this card. So all I'm doing is, this is the rose from our rose set of stamps. And I am just using some Distress Oxides. And again, just when you get to the end to carry the pattern on, I am going off the edge of the page and I am giving them a quick clean in between. And then the red. You could go much more random than that, but there you go. So,
oh, can I? Sorry to interrupt you, but we have this one bundle here. They want to work out my biceps, is it? Now 160 sheets of Super Smooth 300 GSM. It's A4. Now you're saving £8. Can I say though, this to post, if you're a Freedom member, and even if you're not, you know, this to post is super heavy. It's just like you're getting a bargain if you are getting it as a Freedom member. It
is, and they're just great to go to. Absolutely. And I think with that kind of saving, you can just kind of dip in and dip out of those boxes.
And also, there's nothing nicer than to have to refill the drawer of Super Smooth, and it's just kind of go in and just kind of bring it in, and then you can create your construction. £8 saving. That means that it works out on 9 pence a sheet, which means that exactly what you said, that you can just dip in and out and you just you don't worry about it.
No, and that's all I've done here is I've cut a little piece of Super Smooth down, started to stamp on it, so I've got a couple of colours on it, and then all we're going to do is give that a quick spritz and you'll see that ink move beautifully on there. And it just moves and everything else. So rather than heat dry it, I've already got one that we've dried. So I'm going to put that to one side, somewhere safe out of the way. So, excuse my scruffy cloth. So this is exactly the same, but just a dried version. But obviously we lose when we spritz. It's what we want. We want the ink to move, but we lose a little bit of definition. So what I'm going to do is I am going to grab exactly the same stamp. And just go over each of those. Now, if they're not quite lined up, it doesn't really matter because you've already lost a lot of that definition. As long as you've got it kind of lined up, you're fine. And you can see all of a sudden it looks as though you've spent a lot of time watercolouring and softening those images.
Then that kind of gives it the colour underneath. It gives that, I don't know how to say it. It's like
it definitely looks. It definitely looks as though you've spent a lot longer and a lot more effort putting that together. We've just got a couple more to do, and then that is our background made, which I just love. Love that detail on this stamp. I think we've got one little bit there. There we go. When I make these backgrounds, what I tend to do is try and keep the stamp almost level, just because then it's easier for me to line it up because they're all the same way.
So the direction of the petals will always be the right way.
Yeah, you don't have to do it that way, but for me, it just made it easier when I was then lining it up. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chop into this.
Oh,
I know.
Brave.
So we are going to grab our trimmer. You could use your nesting dies for this. I actually find it easier on a trimmer. With nesting dies, I struggle to lay them straight sometimes, and I want the pattern to be even within this. So I need to set this to 2.5. And then I need to do it at, I've got to get this right now, I need to do it at 12 to 2.5. And all I'm going to do is basically, I'm going to cut like a square out the middle of this. You can choose how big you want it to be. So I wanted it big enough so that I could still see the pattern in there. So just using your trimmer to line it up, 2.5. and you'll see that that comes through, and we've cut a frame and a square. And then I can do exactly the same on this smaller piece. So again, I'm going to put it at 2.5, and this time it'll be 7 to 2.5. And
I
just
see
do
what you are
that
doing.
on each side.
I see. Now, so you are creating not concentric. Is it concentric?
It's yeah.
You know, going down. Ooh.
I don't know what the word is for it.
Frame. Concentric frames. But I mean, frames are always frame.
There we go. And that one's going to pop out as well. Yeah. So. Yeah. Super easy with your trimmer.
I got the right word apparently. I did.
Is that right word?
Yeah, concentric. As long as they share the same center point, and then the pattern goes. Yeah, that's
there you go. Yes. So quite often, if I'm doing something like this, I would ink the edges, but because I want this to flow all the way through, I'm not going to. I think on my sample I used red card, but seeing as we're loving the blue card, I'm just going to show that you can do it on blue as well. Absolutely. So I've just put the glue on, and the reason I'm using a wet glue is it just gives me a little bit more manoeuvrability. So this is just on one of our 15 by 30 cards, so we'll pop that on there.
We have got about 8 minutes left, so don't worry, you don't have to rush.
So I've cut a little blue panel as well. So what we will do is we will layer these up. In fact, we will foam pad all of this. Yeah. So we'll stick those to there, and then we'll foam panel it.
And you put are you using the EVA?
I am using the EVA glue into the glue bottles. Like I say, we're just waiting for them to come back in stock at the minute. But
I do love mine.
Oh, they're fabulous. I have never been not as messy with glue as since I've had them. So what we're going to do is just use our foam pads, and because they're such a good size, they don't take very long to layer up at all.
And one of the great things about having such big pads is that you kind of remove the backing really super quick.
Well, they've got like easy lift on them as well to make it even better. Yeah. So you can see I'm actually lining that pattern up as well. So I'm just going to be brave and put one on there. There you go. And that is going to go in there. So you can see that whether you put it on blue or red, that pattern just goes through there. And then what I've done is I've cut one extra flower out of a spare piece. In fact, I've got 2 there, so I might use 2 on this one. And we've got a little happy birthday. So again, we've just stamped that and cut it out and inked it. Okay. So where should we pop you? In fact, I think we're going to go, even though we've gone a blue card, I think we'll go red just to bring this in on there. So again, a bit more foam tape under there. I'm just going to pop it back on there to snip into it, so it'll stop your scissors getting as sticky. Yeah.
And it's funny because you start, well, not funny, but it's incredible that you started just with plain white card, you stamp on it, you create the background, then you are adding all those layers by, trimming the card, the stamp, and it's just kind of almost like back to basics, but incredible finish with the card at the end results.
I think you get a slightly different finish every time as well. So if I wanted to, I could have put a bit more padding under there, but there you go.
Absolutely gorgeous.
There we go. So there is our little layered card. So using our foam pads, and it looks equally nice on blue as it does on red. So it's nice that you can mix and match those 2 colours. So.
Right, Claire, we have got about 5 minutes. Is there something else that you could show us? I mean, we will do a little recap, but you have got a little bit of time to...
Yeah, we can do, I know, we'll use some Scotch tape and do a bit of masking.
Oh, well, let's do that. Brilliant. All right, and now, if you want the A4, the true blue A4 card, we have it here for you. You have 40 sheets in total. A4, yeah, we are in the A4. Oh, okay, sorry. I was like, I wasn't talking on the right thing. I think I was like, no. Anyway, we are tired. Anyway, 706 is your item number. Now, you can cut it in half and you can score it in different ways. You can then, of course, if you create your own bags. Now remember, it's 290 GSM, which means that most die cutting machines and most dies will cut it through no problem. Which means that you have those box dies. You can, for instance, the John Lovewood ones, you can create those ones as well. Remember that it's a perfect construction weight. It comes on a score in an A4 size. You can cut it into it, and then you can then score it in the middle or cut it in the half and then score it down the middle. There are so many different ways that you can use it, and of course it means that it's a fabulous card for bags and so much more. 706 40 sheets of the True Blue. Very popular for yeah, my muscles here working. The Super Smooth, you are getting 160 sheets in total, 300 GSM. Of course, that's a Super Smooth, the same card that Claire was stamping and then the spray in water, and you could see how it reacted with both the water and the distress oxides or distress traditional. £13.98 is the price. You are saving £8. Now, Claire, will you have about 4 minutes? Will that be enough?
It'll be fine.
Fabulous.
Of course it'll be fine. So, similar to your pile of card, yeah. I've also got a pile of card, but A6. I've got the A5 and A6. So, yeah. So for me, I like both, but today I'm going to dip into here, and I'm just going to cut this down to 14.5 by 10 centimetres.
Yeah.
So we're just going to make a little panel to go on the front of a card, nice and easy. But what I want to show you is just how good the Scotch tape is as well. So I'm going to put a piece along the bottom, and then that'll stick it down to my mat as well. And then using the lines on my mat as well, I'm just going to give a bit of a gap there. And then I am just going to grab a bit of red ink. And I think we'll use the poppy this time. Ooh. So just nice and easy, we can create a lovely little stripe on our card.
And what red are you using?
That one is fired brick.
Oh, I like that, yeah.
So the two colours, and I have only used like 2 coloured inks today. I've used fired brick
and blueprint
sketch, and they both just work beautifully with the red and the blue card. Yeah. So a little bit of that. I am going to give it a little bit of a spritz. Let's just lift it and make it a little bit more interesting. Take 2 seconds. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
And then we'll grab our poppy and some black ink, and this will just give us a little bit of poppy. And this, oh, hello, can I grab you? Yeah. Yes. So this is with our masket.
Oh, yeah, we do have those ones on the show as well. You are getting 10 sheets of that.
Yeah. It's only when you come to use them, you're like, oh, maybe I should have had new ones.
Oh, yeah. That poppy stamp is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? It comes with a true red value. Yeah.
There we go. And I'm just going to move that one along a little bit.
We have got a minute.
That's fine. I'm going to finish this.
Oh, good.
She says bravely.
Yeah, that's it. That's finished, isn't it?
Yeah, just about. I've just got one tiny bit to do at the edge. There we go. Oh, of course it didn't stamp. There you go, it did actually. Yeah. There you go. So then we can just take the tape off, and it gives us a
yes.
gorgeous crisp
Oh, look at that.
line. I'll probably get fingerprints over everything now.
Look at that, super smooth looking, how gorgeous.
And we can just, I have got ink everywhere, it's about right. Let's turn that over. Couple of foam pads.
Don't worry about it. We have got seconds, I think, to go.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, just, you know, another way of using your super smooth and just dipping into that little box that you've got just to finish things off.
Absolutely. And then there we have. Well, we have got seconds to just say big thank you, Claire, for all your demos today.
Thank you, and thank you to the design team for everything they've done as well.
Thank you for being here, and of course at home to check out your baskets, whether it's the True Blue, the Super Smooth, make sure that you check out your baskets. Now, though, stay tuned, because what goes really good with cards is of course the stamps, and we have a brand new one-day special launch at 6 p.m. with Alta New. It's brand new here at Hochanda, so stay tuned for more.